Hello again guys, how you doing and welcome back to the FPL Updates channel. Now today we're going to be taking a look at Arsenal, the club who finally didn't finish in 4th place, can you believe it? I can't either, and finished in 3rd position in the Premier League table. But the table we want to focus on is the Fantasy Premier League table, and we want to finish as high as possible. We want to be the best in the land. So in order to do so, we're going to take a closer look at Arsene Wenger's squad and who we should be picking and who we should be looking to avoid on. So without further ado, let's get on with the goalkeepers. Now, I've only put Cech and Ospina there. I don't think Szczesny's going to be good enough. I'm sorry, guys. Get rid of Szczesny. Don't even give him a look in. We want Cech and Ospina. Ospina, a very good run of clean sheets towards the back end of last season, but Petr Cech has just been signed from Chelsea, and you can get him for just £5.5 million. What an absolute steal that is. That is daylight robbery. So get Petr Cech in your starting 11s, He's got 4 Premier League titles to his name. Ospina probably won't get a run of games, probably get a cup run under Arsene Wenger, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to take Ospina out of the running. But Cech, a brilliant guy to have in your fantasy football teams. Now looking at the defence, that's what let Arsenal down at the beginning of last season. They were shaky, Mertesacker was too slow, Koscielny was making mistakes, giving away penalties. You got Chambers, very young, they'd just signed him. Debuchy fell to injury. But the man I want to look at is Hector Bellerin. Again at 5.5 million, that's another great bargain. The youngster came into the side, started 17 games, defended well, and got 2 goals and 1 assist for Arsenal. So Bellerin might be a great player to have, maybe a bench option, when you get those home ties for Arsenal at the Emirates, you want Bellerin starting against a weaker opposition, respectively. That is a great decision to have Bellerin on the bench. So, unfortunately for Mertesacker, Koscielny, Chambers and Debuchy, I'm afraid we're going to have to take them out for now. Bye, guys. Bye. Okay, now in the midfield, we've got a very interesting situation. You've got the beast, the man himself, the Chilean P, Alexis Sanchez. £11 million, great in his debut season in the Premier League. 16 goals and 8 assists under Arsene Wenger. A one-man team at times, they called him. We have a slight issue, though. Sanchez will be injured for the first 2 games of Arsenal's season. The Community Shield against Chelsea and the home game against West Ham. So by all means have Sanchez, but just be aware that he will miss the first game of the season. He's just won the Copa America with Chile, well done to him. So he might be a little bit shaky, a little bit tired. So be careful with Sanchez. You've got a great choice, though, in the Arsenal midfield. It's very, very hard. You've got Theo Walcott, just come back from injury. He's got a hat-trick on the last day of the season. Where do we put him? You've got Wilshere, who scored 2 absolute screamers for England in that game against Slovenia. £6 million Wilshere might be worth it. You've got Ozil, 8.5 million, assist him for fun. And you've got Santi Cazorla with 7 goals and 11 assists last season. So I'm going to keep the entire midfield there and let you take your pick. You've got the likes of Arteta and Oxlade-Chamberlain, who we couldn't even fit into the midfield. So, by all means, it's up to you. Who do you prefer? I'd say definitely you've got to have Sanchez and maybe one other, because Arsenal are looking to go strong this season. Now, up front, finally, you've got Giroud, Welbeck and Sanogo. The options aren't great. Arsenal have been linked with a lot of strikers. We might see another one come in. I'm going to take Sanogo out because he's expected to leave the club on loan again. Probably not a great choice. And Danny Welbeck, not the most consistent player. But Olivier Giroud, on the other hand, he ended the season well. 14 Premier League goals in 2014-2015. He might be a decent option to have. But at £9 million, you've got to be very, very careful. That's quite hefty for a striker like Giroud, who's often been criticised by pundits. So that's the Arsenal squad that we should be looking at. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe to the FPL Updates channel, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.